I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm woke, everything that I see ain't what it seems. I guess I've been dreaming. 'Cause now that I'm here, what I feel motivates me with reason. I guess I've been dreaming.
Oh, now and we in there. What it is, what it do. Peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and high vibrating species on the planet. How we living out there, good people. Salute. Academates, welcome back to the channels. Welcome back to the channels. Yo, we finna get it bustin'. We got another SCP up in this thing. I hope everybody doing good in your neck of the woods. Yeah, dig. Keeping the green, vibing high, of course. You know what I'm saying? Keeping your CT on. Critical thinking, that is. We got to, good people. We got to. Because if you're not, it's going to slap over your head. But anyways, we got this SCP-5692, the illegal aliens. It's so much I can say. There's a lot of illegal activities going on. I really wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, trying to say anything from outside of the world is illegal, because looking around the country, in the countries, there's a lot of illegal activities going on that involves the actual people of the planet, okay? And a lot of people that don't even belong on the planet. And that's going to be a shocker to a lot of people when you find out exactly who is supposed to be here and who exactly is not supposed to be here. But we have this thing in the sky that's revealing a lot. So, without further ado, I hope you have what you need, because I do. And we're going to get this thing busting, Academates. If you're new, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you will. Greatly appreciate it. And, no pressure. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, guys, let's get this thing. Alien. What the hell?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-5692. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-5692 is currently held in a modified humanoid containment chamber at Site-29. The cell has altered temperature or atmospheric conditions to accommodate the subject's physiology, the specifications of which are outlined in Document 5692-11. SCP-5692 is to be fed a concentrated mixture of amino acids, simple sugars, and ionic phosphates every 12 to 15 hours. The specifications for the preparation of this mixture are outlined in Document 5692-13. Class A amnestics are authorized to be used on all parties associated with the containment of SCP-5692-A instances. Specific methods for the containment of instances of SCP-5692-A are to be determined on a case-by-case basis by participating operatives. Contained instances of SCP-5692-A are to be held in Site-29 with containment conditions appropriate to their physiological needs. These conditions may be determined through research of the subject or by using information provided by the subject. Further information regarding each contained instance of SCP-5692-A can be found on Documents 5692-37-109. Research into the biology, behavior, and prior activities of SCP-5692, as well as instances of SCP-5692-A, are currently being conducted under the supervision of Dr. Werner, head of the Extraterrestrial Anomaly Division of Site-29. Any concerns or inquiries regarding the research or containment of SCP-5692 or instances of SCP-5692-A are to be directed to Dr. Werner. Description: SCP-5692 is a slug-like sapient organism of extraterrestrial origin measuring 2.3 meters in length and folded backwards at the midpoint of its body to allow its anterior half to be aligned perpendicular to the ground. SCP-5692 possesses a head with a pair of large red eyes, an elongated, tube-shaped mouthpart, and 2 clusters of small pores on either side designed to facilitate respiration. SCP-5692 possesses a pair of stalk-like organs on either side of its torso, each ending in a round sensitive organ capable of sprouting a number of flexible mycelium-like protrusions at will. The protrusions have been confirmed by SCP-5692 to be a means of reproduction and environmental manipulation. SCP-5692 is a dull orange in color with dark and light countershading similar to many marine animals. SCP-5692 was recovered on October 2014 from a small cabin in a forest near Oregon after several reports of UFO activity in the region were investigated by Foundation operatives. The incident was contained without incident, and upon being confronted by operatives, SCP-5692 surrendered willingly into Foundation custody. SCP-5692 has been cooperative with Foundation staff since its containment, and appears to answer most inquiries with sincerity. SCP-5692 is able to communicate using a small electronic device embedded directly in its nervous system at the point where structures analogous to a brain and ocular nerves meet. According to SCP-5692, the device is a translator capable of processing various methods of visual communication, including written words and the movement of lips, and directly implanting the abstract concepts they represent into the brain of SCP-5692. This device is also capable of converting the thoughts of SCP-5692 into audible words and/or holographic projections of written language using a speaker or holographic emitter located directly below the skin between its eyes. Using this device, SCP-5692 can understand the top 250 most common spoken and written languages on Earth, as well as several hundred forms of extraterrestrial communication. SCP-5692 claims that due to its placement, removal of this device would instantly result in its death. Removal of this device for further study is not authorized. SCP-5692 is responsible for the integration of 50 to 55 extraterrestrial life forms, designated instances of SCP-5692-A, into Earth societies and ecosystems between the years of 2001 and 2014, 42 of which have been successfully contained. The appearances and reasons for appearing on Earth vary drastically among instances of SCP-5692-A. All instances of SCP-5692-A are sapient and have previously engaged in business transactions with SCP-5692. The whereabouts and activity of all contained instances of SCP-5692-A were provided to Foundation personnel by SCP-5692 shortly after its initial containment. Addendum 5692-1. The following is an incomplete list of contained instances of SCP-5692-A. The recovery of all subjects took place within a few months of the containment of SCP-5692. Many instances of SCP-5692-A disguised themselves using a complex organic gel accompanied by a convincing prosthetic skin covering. The composition of the gel varies depending on the physiology of the subject and is designed to simulate the musculature of the subject's assumed identity. The gel is able to respond to neural inputs from the subject and is controlled as if it were the subject's own body.
There's actually several different species of a lot of these so-called extraterrestrials, like the reptilians. There's several different species of reptilian. Several different species of gray. Some good, some bad. Me personally, I would say anything you hear right now is potentially hostile, but at the same time, these people don't seem to be like they're messing with anybody for real. It just seems like, you know what I mean, they coming to make some transactions and a couple deals and a couple parks. Maybe a couple cabins, you know, some secrets, maybe some stuff going on here, and they trying to, you know, stuff is going on, people. I mean, I'm just saying, there's a lot of activities in a lot of areas that's like you said, it's known for the high. It's the high areas, the high territories. So it's a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? Especially with that Skinwalker Ranch. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff going on, man. And we know by now the SCP Foundation and the Serpent's Hand and all of them. Just like everybody just scrambling and trying to snatch up aliens. You know what I mean? And see what kind of technology they can get, because everybody's thirsty for power. You feel me? And ultimately, all this stuff is crashing and falling in. You know what I'm saying? It's over for most of these people or these things. It's over, okay? It's over. All right? It's over. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it. Now, whatever's going on here, I don't know, but we finna figure it out, though.
All instances of SCP-5692-A observed thus far.
Hold up, question. Okay, that makes, what in the hey do you think that, the actual SCP-56, the 92, I mean, what are we thinking this is? I mean, listen, you see some things and you kind of like, you can kind of chalk it up to see, you know, I mean, he said it's sluggish, like, they didn't give us a huge, you know what I'm saying, like a full body picture. They just showed like the top of it. Definitely on the weird scale. I've seen weirder. Excuse me. I mean that watermelon. I apologize. But anyways, I don't think anything has gotten worse than the flesh that hates. You feel me? I don't think I've seen anything worse than that yet. So I can take, for the most part, that thing, that flesh that, oh my goodness gracious, man, like what in the, what is that? Like I could deal with this thing a lot, you know what I'm saying, more than I could definitely deal with the damn this flesh that, oh my goodness, listen, I don't even like to say the H word, but yeah, the flesh that just dislikes a mother sucker, goddamn. Let's get it.
Possess a translation or communication device similar to the one observed in SCP-5692. All human identities assumed by instances of SCP-5692-A are of people that had not existed prior to the subject's arrival on Earth and were accomplished by the forging of relevant documents. Instance number SCP-5692-A3. Description: a reptilian humanoid entity measuring 1.8 meters in height. The entity could change its outward appearance to resemble any human to an indistinguishable degree. Reasons for appearing on Earth are currently under investigation. Remains of the subject are currently held in Site-29's biolab. Recovery report. The subject was found to be posing as a politics professor at the university for several years. It is unknown if this is the only identity the subject assumed while on Earth. Upon discovery by Foundation operatives, the subject injected itself with an unknown chemical compound that converted its bodily tissues, excluding its skin, into a thick green basic solution, resulting in death in a matter of seconds. Additional information provided by SCP-5692. I'm not entirely sure why he came to me. He was more than capable of hiding on his own, and by the sounds of things, he had some pretty powerful friends. Instance number SCP-5692-A11. Description: an organism superficially resembling a rodent with hairless white skin and measuring 0.8 meters in length. The subject possesses 5 prehensile tails capable of manipulating its environment and lacks hind limbs, ears, and nostrils. The subject was apparently on Earth to hide from an extraterrestrial crime organization that it was formerly affiliated with. Recovery report. The subject adopted the false identity of Ricky Bambino Buscelli and engaged in organized criminal activity in Chicago for a period of several years. The subject was contained without incident. On several occasions since its initial containment, the subject has offered to exchange information about its former crime affiliates, both terrestrial and extraterrestrial, in exchange for freedom or special containment privileges. Additional information provided by SCP-5692. Once a rat, always a rat. Instance number SCP-5692-A14.
Boy, that now, listen now. Now, I know these joints been out for a while, and I know I'm kind of maybe late to the party. But to be honest with you, I'm right on time for the time that I needs to be, if you feel it's my perspective. That's crazy that they're talking about rats. Now, listen, I know everybody's familiar with the term that who was that? Aleister Crowley coined, but I mean, for some reason they still cut it in half. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below. Well, you know what I'm saying? If it happens up, what happens up there definitely trickles down here, and then the other half is as within, so without. So you know what I mean? It's inside and out, up and down. You know what I mean? If it happens up there, it happens down here. If it's happening in here, it's happening out here. You feel me? So take that in the terms of, if you're feeling down when you look out, it's gonna be down. If you're feeling up when you look out, it should be up. It should be. But if it's not, don't get discouraged. Just keep staying up, and eventually the rest of the world will catch up to you, if you get my drift. But yeah, this is crazy. Now I say all the time, since we've been dealing with these things, that everywhere, and the movies are telling you definitely what's going on. I don't know how many of y'all really peeping game, and I don't know how many of y'all are just starting, I guess, I don't want to use the term lame, you know what I'm saying, because people take that to the head in the really wrong sense. It just means useless. It defeats the purpose if you're not going to use your brain. That's pretty lame, to not use your imagination, to not use your mind, to not do due diligence, to not see beyond the veil with your own motherfucking intuition, when things are just too accurate, too on point, just it's too many details, stuff like that. Just it tells you, it's telling you, and you just no, this just can't be. Yes, it was the lady at the Kangaroo. Yes, it was the lady at Citgo. Yes, it was the clerk at Walmart. Yes, it was the old man that said good day. Yes. It was the guy that put air in your tire today. Yes. It was your mechanic. Yes. It was the librarian. Yes. They're everywhere, and it's called cloaking, shape-shifting, bending of the light. Okay? Easy peasy to be explained. It's just, come on now. They're waiting on most of y'all to wake the freak up and just accept the fact that they're out there, and they're waiting on you to wake up so they can come say, hey, what's going down? Literally, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Description: a silicon-based organism measuring 0.27 meters in length, resembling a translucent gray cephalopod with 4 limbs and a cartilaginous endoskeleton. The subject was required to regularly consume sand to facilitate its bodily needs. According to the subject, it is a refugee of a massive interstellar war surrounding the Kepler-22 star system. Recovery report: the subject used a highly specialized gel capable of supporting its metabolism and maintaining a convincing disguise as a common house cat. The subject...
Hey, listen here, man. I don't know, and I'm trying not to pause it too much, catamates. But you know what we're here for, and we got to pay attention. When they saying stuff like this, and you hear about this stuff, and then you getting these people that so-called extraterrestrial, you know what I'm saying, giving out some information, giving up detail. You feel me? He a rat. He know about extraterrestrial. He know about the terrestrial. He know that there's a, you know what I'm saying, that there's this duo matching and game going on that's being played behind the scene. He know, you know what I'm saying, and y'all trying to squeeze him for information. We trying to squeeze y'all for some information. You know what I'm saying? Y'all giving it up. You feel me? You just think most of us is cuckoo. You feel me? But it's cool. It's cool because the cuckoos have now come home. You know what I'm saying? And of course the roosters, you know what I'm saying? They're, you feel me? All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Chickens have come home to roost or something like that. Ain't that what they say? The chickens have come home to roost. So get ready. Get ready. I just don't want this stuff to go over most of y'all head how the way they coming. You know what I mean? They playing you for a dummy. And I know y'all ain't dumb about that. They're trying to dumb you down, and I know you ain't dumb. Be smart. You got to be smarter nowadays. That's why I say keep your CT on. That's your best bet. That's your best bet. So they're telling you about war. He said he don't know why half these people are here. Dude, sounds like there's a war going on up top. You feel me? That some of y'all here know about. You don't want to tell us about it because we actually involved in it. And some of us are getting snatched up. Some of us are actually getting marked and tagged for some odd reason. I would love to know. You know what I'm saying? Why you tagging people? What is that about? A tag. Yes. Some people have been tagged. Some of y'all have been tagged, and you don't even realize it. That yeah. For real. I'm for real. It's something going on. And they're coming here to make some trades and make some swaps. Maybe some shit have some battle plans. You know how people do, man. There's always snitches and rats and somebody always trying to get the one up on the next man. There's always something going on. So again, as above, so below. You feel me? So if there's some stuff going, look around your planet. Look around the planet. See what's going up. See what's going down. And I promise you, when you get up there, it's the same thing going around. I promise. Maybe not to these extents, but there are rules up there as well as rules down here. Galactic law that they have to follow, especially the ones that's in them higher ranks, they have to follow them laws. And one of them says that they have to tell you what they're doing. And like I said before, this is one of the ways that they're doing it. They're telling you what's going on behind the scenes, and just they got to give it to you in a way that just, you feel me? Because I actually heard the guy say, we'll tell you, we just don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to be blamed for it. How can we not blame you for lying to us? You lied. You lied. They didn't lie. You did. So you gonna have to take something. So I just say stick that hand out and just let us bap that mother couple times, because you lied to the people. You set us up. And you set your own people up too. You're wrong. You're wrong, and you know it. But we're gonna move on. Let's get it, Academics. Let's get it.
Object posed as a family pet in a Toronto apartment for several years before being recovered by Foundation operatives while attempting to feed stray cats outside its apartment complex at night. Additional information provided by SCP-5692.
Well, wait. There was a particular movie, right, where somebody was trying to eat a cat. What movie would that be, guys? Let us know in the comment section. Let the world know in the comment section what movie that was where an alien was trying to eat some cats. I just watched the movie the other day. But I'm going to let y'all drop it in the comment section. Let the world know. Academics, let the world know what movie that was. What movie was that? They just told you. See, I just said it. And here we go. I resonate with a movie. I can put the two together. Come on, man.
All the essentials come free, and all you have to do is sit by the window when it's sunny. Honestly, sounds like a pretty good gig, except for having to eat the litter. Instance number: SCP-5692 A23. Description: a complex network of extraterrestrial algae, forming structures analogous to neurons and synapses. The resulting entity is a sapient photosynthetic mat at the water's surface, capable of splitting into separate intelligences and regrouping multiple of these intelligences into a single entity. One isolated intelligence occupied a gel-based disguise of a 60 to 65-year-old Caucasian male. The totality of the subject is currently held in 27 large containment vats in the Ecological Anomaly section of Site 29. Recovery Report: the disguised portion of the subject was found to live in a small house at the edge of a swamp in the Florida Keys. Locals knew the individual as a reclusive eccentric known as Bayou Bill. All information surrounding Bayou Bill was successfully removed from the surrounding area. Most of the subject
Cat, what the? Hey, now listen here. I'm not even finna hold y'all. Now I know we see. Listen, this is 2024, right? I used to be a gamer back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I still got. I'm trying to get back into it. It's just so much been going on. I just ain't. I'm trying. Okay. But anyways, beside the point. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. If y'all know who Bayou Billy is. There was a video game. Go look it up. Google it. Bayou Billy. I'm not playing. An actual video game. I'm not playing. Go look it up. Google them joints, man. It was a throwback back in the day. I'm thinking maybe jeez, man. One of the old systems. Damn. I don't remember what system. I want to say Nintendo, but I'm not sure. Like the first Nintendo. Not the first, well, maybe the Super NES. No. I don't know. Google them joints, because when I get off here, I'm going to Google it myself. Man, I haven't heard this name in forever. Like Bayou Bill. And see, they saying Bayou Bill, but it's Bayou Billy, though. You feel me? Damn, okay, just got deep. It just got deep, good people. So let's get it.
The object was growing in a 3.4 kilometer radius surrounding the house, causing major disturbances in the local ecosystem. The total recovery of the subject took 24 days due to its sprawling, decentralized nature. Despite claiming that its purpose on the planet was to research aquatic life forms, it is now believed that the subject was taking advantage of the environmental conditions of the swamp for growth and reproduction, the end goal of which remains uncertain.
What?
Additional information provided by SCP-5692. What? You think it was plotting a takeover? I doubt it. Come on now. How was I supposed to know anyway? He could fit in a glass of water when I met him. Besides...
Man, look, man, Bayou Billy, man, he remind me of that boy Crocodile Dundee, you heard? Like, that's what he put me in the minds of. And now y'all trying to what? This boy Master Splinter face ass. No. No, this boy look more like damn Ratatouille face ass. Alright. But yeah, I'm telling you, man, hey. Y'all trying to say Billy was a dang alien, bruh? Hold up. Blown away.
It's if your planet's weak enough to be conquered by seagrass, maybe that's just natural selection. Instance number SCP-5692-A29. Description: a 1.3 meter long, superficially mammalian creature resembling a snake with shaggy brown fur and two sets of thermosensitive organs directly below its eyes. The subject's tail diverged into 7 points, which acted as environmental manipulators. The subject also has a litter of 57 purely aquatic offspring that each measures 7 to 10 centimeters in diameter, and resemble sea urchins with soft, flexible hairs rather than spines. The subject reportedly sought to escape overpopulation regulations on its home planet that would require it to terminate 42 of its offspring. Recovery report. The subject was disguised as a 34-year-old female botanist living in a small town along the Mexico-US border. The subject kept its offspring in pet aquariums in the back of their flower shop. Upon initial containment, the subject was extremely hostile, but became cooperative after accommodations were made to allow the subject and offspring to be contained together. Additional information provided by SCP-5692. Oh yeah, I remember her. Gave her a discount, I think. Never let it be said that I don't have a heart. Instance number SCP-5692-A32. Description: a 1.5 meter tall, vaguely humanoid organism with several avian features including a toothed beak, a blue downy feather-like skin covering designed for thermal regulation, and talon-like hands and feet. According to the subject and SCP-5692, the species to which the subject belongs has an average lifespan of 16 years. The subject cited tourism as its reason for appearing on Earth. The remains of the subject are preserved and held in Site-29's biolab. Recovery report. The subject spent the last 2 years of its life posing as a wealthy 70 to 75-year-old Turkish man. Using this disguise, the subject visited numerous sites of natural and historical significance on every continent. The subject entered willingly into Foundation custody after being seized by operatives at Machu Picchu, claiming that it had seen enough. The subject died 3 weeks after initial containment. Additional information provided by SCP-5692. The man led a military coup, became the leader of his planet, reared 4 children, cured an infectious skin disease in his spare time, faked his death, emigrated on a whim to an underdeveloped planet he heard rumors of in a bar one day, and experienced everything your planet had to offer, all within the span of a decade. We have a saying about the birds where I come from. They're insane. Instance number SCP-5692-A37. Description: a 2.4 meter tall, slender humanoid.
Don't let that go over your head. And he ain't talking about no birds that fly around like this. The birds he talking about, Big Bird from Sesame Street. They walk around and talking like that, folks. I mean, well, they ain't talking, but you know what I'm saying? They probably use telepathy like all the most of the species out there use telepathy, if not all of them. But he's not talking about little robins and stuff flying around like that. No, absolutely not. He is talking about the bird species, and they actually are humanoids. Keep that in mind. Let's get it.
An entity with thin, transparent skin. The entity lacks muscle fibers and moves by controlling the movement of pressurized gas through specialized organs in its limbs. The subject was native to a low-gravity planet and came to Earth to study the relationship between trees and fungi in the forests of North America. Recovery report. The subject was outfitted with a gel-based disguise and a device which could manipulate gravity in a 10-centimeter radius around its body. The disguise was made to resemble the North American cryptid Sasquatch. The subject was found in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta and was apprehended without incident. Additional information provided by SCP-5692.
Wait.
She was too tall for a human gel, and she...
How are y'all tracking these things down again? I mean, because I wanted to ask that a couple of aliens back. But now I'm like, wait, y'all are not really breaking down, like, how did y'all find it? How did you track that down? Did you get a tip? Did somebody tell you something? I mean, because it's funny to me that y'all found all of these dang things, but nobody really wants to track down the Yeti for real. They all over the dang place. I wonder why. Well, I don't wonder why. I actually know why. I actually found out why. Y'all don't want to find it because it's families. and that info gonna come out too. It's all gonna come out too. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Y'all know what age we in. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what's going on. To those that don't, just wait for it. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Because this is getting out of hand. I mean, seriously, y'all. It's getting out of hand.
Wanted to live in the woods for the rest of her life. Not bad, eh? Well, I thought it was pretty clever.
I mean,
research into the location, nature, and capabilities of the civilizations that instances of SCP-5692-A originate from is ongoing. Interviews with SCP-5692 and instances of SCP-5692-A have thus far proven useful in obtaining information. However, more direct methods of observation are currently in development. Interview log 5692-3. Preface. The following interview took place on November 2014. In the prior 2 interviews, SCP-5692 revealed the location and identities of 42 instances of SCP-5692-A. SCP-5692 claimed that the total number of SCP-5692-A instances on Earth was between 50 and 55, and that it had forgotten the location and identities of the remaining instances. The purpose of this interview was to obtain more information regarding the circumstances surrounding the presence of SCP-5692 on Earth. Playing log now.
Hello, 5692. I have a few questions regarding your involvement in the presence of extraterrestrial organisms on Earth. Is that all right?
Yeah. I'm sure I can make time for it.
Excellent. How did you arrive on Earth initially?
Well, Earth belongs to a collection of planets that, for one reason or another, are forbidden by interstellar law to contact. In your case, it appears to be a non-interference type deal. Honestly, it's not like anyone is missing out on anything. I don't find this place nearly as interesting or endearing as some of my customers do. Either way, a good place to hide. And as I came to discover, make a profit while I'm at it.
Hide? Hide from what?
More appropriate to ask from who, and even more appropriate to ask who I'm not hiding from.
Are you a fugitive?
You make it sound like I'm dangerous. I pulled one too many fast ones, and before I knew it, 8 of the 15 largest government powers in the galaxy were on to me. Many of which, might I add, think execution is an appropriate punishment for stealing at your Kokenlo, much less, let's call them, dishonest business dealings.
Earlier you referred to the extraterrestrials you assisted as customers. What sort of payment do they provide you for your services?
Well, first off, their ship. They'd give up their ship and everything on it, along with a package of additional goods depending on where the customer came from. I'd do my research ahead of time.
What were some of these goods?
Stuff that's universally valuable. You know, precious metals, black market organic materials, illegal technology, stuff like that. That way I could trade them in for whatever currency made the most sense.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you. That black market organic materials. I'm just gonna be keeping it thou wow with you. Yeah, they involved in that too. Of the Nubian, you know what I'm saying? The Niji, us peoples right here. They for some reason, man. Damn, high commodity, man. Y'all need to chill out, bro. Back up off that. You know what I'm talking about? I love my beautiful copper skins. You feel me? Don't need y'all dealing with it like that. That's no hideous, man. It's horrible. It's horrible. But you know, some, you know what I'm saying? I'm from what I'm understanding. Some they just don't. They ain't got the emotion like that. They ain't trying to hear it like that. It's not trying to hear it like that, y'all. So y'all better be careful out there. You know what I'm talking about? For real. Cause you see what he just said? Black market. So to my people especially, be careful. Because it's always our people that's coming up missing around this mother, especially our babies. And I don't care what nobody got to say. You better do the numbers and look around, dude. I ain't arguing with nobody. Because we know. As our people, we know. You know what I'm saying? We know what's going on. We're not blind to it. Nobody's really probably speaking on it heavy, and that's probably because we being, you know what I'm saying, the hood type of deal. But no, we are not retarded to that. That's our babies that we're talking about. And yes, I speak highly on the babies. I don't care what nobody said about that. That's anybody's child, any race, creed. But when it comes down to mine, and I know what's going on, we all know what's going on. Well, most of us, and to us, we definitely know because it's ours that's being really, you know what I'm saying. And that right there is what's really definitely going on with damn near everybody's child, and not like everybody's child, but every race of child, every species other than maybe their species or something. But the human body, boy, they snatching them left and right. Y'all better get, hey, I'm telling you. I'm trying to tell you. Uh-oh.
That's when I got back to the grift.
So, once they made their deal with you, they had no way of getting off-world.
Ah, that was the beauty of it. If you are desperate enough to relocate for the rest of your life, then you're probably also willing to shell out an arm, leg, or equivalent appendage. Plus, you couldn't go and tell your friends about your vacation on Earth after you left. Last thing I wanted was to attract unwanted attention. Once you're in, You are in. That was rule number 1.
What were the other rules?
Common sense stuff, you know. No transmissions off-world. Avoid doctors, cops, or anyone wearing a tinfoil hat. You get it. In exchange, they knew I would keep quiet and they could safely do, well, whatever they came here to do without being harassed.
So why did you decide to give up information about your customers to us? They provided you things of immense value for your secrecy.
Well, I can't trade in any of those things for money now. And even if I could, what good would it do me in here? No, they can live like me now. What's the saying? Our goose is cooked. They knew the risks when they broke the interstellar law. Although I'm sure if they knew this was a concealer world, they might have thought twice.
A concealer world?
Yeah, you know. A world with a big shadowy organization that hunts down things that don't make total sense. The Tribunal of the Karmok, the Blinesh Authority, the Octagon Order. There's at least half a dozen others. You guys are unique, though.
In what ways?
Well, you make some of the other guys look sloppy. I lived here for 13 years and I never once suspected there was such an organization on this planet. Well done. I'm usually pretty good at spotting these sorts of things. Most of them also prefer to terminate dangerous things rather than put them in a box. I was lucky you had the philosophy you did, otherwise it would have been no different than being executed for one of my harmless schemes. Well, mostly harmless.
Any additional information you can provide about these organizations? It would be nice to know what our counterparts are up to.
One thing all you guys have in common is that once you have someone in your sights, they're as good as yours. That's why I surrendered so easily when I saw you guys showing up to my cabin. I wonder if Keswick knew about you guys. Oh, that would make it even more infuriating.
Well, I think that will do for today. We'll have to get you to expand on some of the points you've laid out here today at a later date.
Yeah, sure. I got nothing better to do.
End log. Final notes.
This is the third time SCP-5692 brought up a person named Keswick. From what I could gather, Keswick is a person that assisted SCP-5692 in smuggling aliens onto Earth. I'll see what sort of intel we can gather on our own before questioning 5692. If the two are still working together, the information provided by 5692 may be intentionally misleading. Dr. Werner.
Interview log 5692, 4. Preface. The following interview was conducted on November 2014. In prior interviews, SCP-5692 had briefly alluded to the existence of an apparently non-anomalous human collaborator in his mid to late 30s known as Keswick. Subsequent interviews with instances of SCP-5692-A have shown that subjects are unaware of these specific events or entities involved in their integration and have only a vague recollection of the identity of Keswick and SCP-5692. Additional investigations were unsuccessful in uncovering additional information on Keswick. The purpose of this interview was to obtain more information on Keswick and his involvement in the presence of extraterrestrials on Earth.
Don't give him up.
Playing log now.
Hello, 5692. Are you ready for another interview?
You know, if I were a little duller, I would try to get you to call me by my real name. But knowing this place, it seems unlikely. So I don't think I'm even going to tell you. I know your name, but you don't know mine. It shifts the power balance a little more in my favor, don't you think?
Sure. May we start the interview now?
All right, Vern. V-E-R-N. Vern. V-E-R-N. Uh-oh. You like that? It's Rain Man.
Yes, I know. Very charming. When did you see Rain Man?
Keswick would bring me movies, books, basically whatever media I wanted between customers to keep me busy. A lot of Earth entertainment is pretty weak, but it can be very addictive.
I suppose that explains how your speech is so colloquial. Even speaking through a translator.
Well, it's not enough to simply speak a language. When you interact with customers from a whole different world, it pays to give off a certain familiarity. My charm is a well-known universal constant, Vern.
Very nice. But if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you more about this Keswick individual you've mentioned in previous interviews.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one. All right, let's get into it.
What precisely was your role when in the interrogation of extraterrestrials on Earth?
Well, I was responsible for receiving transmissions from customers, making the gel disguises, setting up the customers with the machines they need, educating the customer on Earth's customs, and of course, handling the bona fide treasury we'd acquired. Everything else fell on that Sorgook, Keswick.
Can you tell me more about Keswick's role?
He was responsible for finding accommodations, giving the customer enough to live on initially, forging documents, transporting the customer where they needed to go, stuff like that. He'd always alter with the memories of the customer in such a way that they had only a vague idea of who we were. It was safer that way. The customers always had no recollection of precisely how they got to where they were, or who else was involved.
So it's possible others were involved.
I don't see how it could have been possible any other way, but the specifics were always a mystery. He'd always get anxious and irritable when asked about his methods. I quickly learned to stop questioning him. He was a good partner. Did his part for next to nothing. In fact, he would lose money on every operation, and his payment was strange.
Can you elaborate, please?
Well, he would just ask to take bits of technology and biosamples from the stash for a month or two, and then return them in perfect condition. He'd also spend a strange amount of time with some of the customers before relocating them. Where they were, or what they did during that time, is anyone's guess. Not even they remember. That was my first clue something was up with him. I always knew he was suspicious, but I could never resist having a partner that worked essentially for free.
How did you come to be associated with Keswick to begin with?
He found me, believe it or not. He claimed to be the owner of the cabin I was squatting in, but I knew that was a lie because the place looked like it had been empty for at least a decade. He was quiet and imposing. I thought he was about to kill me or turn me in, but instead he seemed to have some vague idea of who I was. He told me about a con where he would handle all of the heavy lifting, and I could be rich when the manhunt on me was over. Of course, I quite literally couldn't refuse.
So the scheme was his idea?
As much as I want to take credit, I can't.
Could you provide any information about Keswick that you've learned over your time working together? Anything that would help us locate him?
Believe me, there's nothing I want to do more than bring this guy in, but he was so secretive. I'm pretty sure Keswick wasn't even his real name. Other than the occasional VHS or comic book drop-off, we pretty much never interacted outside of business.
When was the last time you heard from Keswick prior to containment?
About a week before, but I know he was responsible for me being here.
Could you elaborate?
You see, my species endures a molting period, for a matter of days every few years, in which we are unresponsive to the world outside our molting pods. When I exited my molting state, I checked the hiding spots with all the payments, only to find they were empty. All my other belongings, including the ships, were gone, and there was residue on the ground indicating that several ships had taken off. Then your boys in black came knocking within the hour, and I knew it was over.
Very interesting. Thank you, 5692. I think we have everything we need for today.
No problem.
Interesting indeed.
You can repay me by bringing in that Parmo Keswick. I'm sorry, Vern. Please don't take offense. I swear I become my father when I get angry.
End log.
Damn, Cole, what that supposed to mean?
Final notes.
Assuming all this is reliable, we're left with more questions than answers. Was anyone else involved? If so, who? And for what reason? What did they need all this alien technology for? Regardless of the answers, finding this Keswick individual should be a top priority.
Dr. Werner.
Sound like y'all gonna find bro.
Following this interview, Keswick was designated Person of Interest 17235. Attempts to determine his whereabouts, current activities, and potential collaborators are ongoing. Okay. I think that about does it for today. Thank you for listening, if indeed you still are, and you are all dismissed. Goodbye.
There you have it, Academates. I hope you enjoyed the video. I actually did. Learned a lot there, to be honest with you. I hope you did as well. I don't really think Keswick is human. It's either that or he works for another company. Or he works for another species. Because we get a lot of that going on. A lot of you humans like to play Ponzi around here. And ultimately, you don't get anything. Feel me? So whatever this guy was after, he was definitely getting it. That's why the payment was free. Because he was getting a payment from somebody else. So he was working you, sir. Mr. Upper Hand with no name. Okay? So he was working you, guy. And then when he got what he needed, he hit the button on you, guy. As above, so below. It's funny because people do that around here as well. They work you, and then when they got what they need, ejectocito, cuz. You feel me? And you get left holding the dirty, man. It's a dirty game out there. It's vicious. Academates, that's why I try to tell you. Keep the head on a swivel, you know what I'm saying? Keep yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally protected out there. Do not let the world drive you crazy. Watch out for the aliens, okay? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. They're damn near everything. And believe me. And I'm sure, listen, I know y'all ain't crazy. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't crazy. And to all my people out there getting their good footage, y'all keep getting that good footage, man. Because I promise you. I'm in them clouds all the time. Y'all know what I mean? I'm telling you. You feel me? Even like the TikTok, like I be trying to drop my joints on the TikTok, man. They don't be letting my pictures go through, man. I be trying to show y'all. You feel me? They don't, you know what I'm saying? They be bugging. They be bugging, man. It's just clouds. Clouds. I don't think the clouds, but it's something. It's definitely something, and they're definitely making a lot of shapes. I got a lot of. I'm gonna drop in the community. You feel me? I'm gonna drop them in our community. Okay, to make sure let y'all see. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think about these photos. It's just photos. You know, it's just the clouds. YouTube. It's just gonna be clouds and stuff like that. Just stuff that I get in the sky, because I'm always looking in the stars. I'm always looking in the sky, and this is way before any of the other stuff. It's just I'm always been drawn to look up there. So regardless, but now things are starting to get weirdo up there. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely getting me some footage and pictures and stuff. So I will drop those in the communities. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this has been illegal aliens. To be honest with you, there are more than illegal aliens here. Like some of these people running around here screaming that they're humans. Hell, they just as illegal as these people are right here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's fair for somebody to call something else illegal when you're just as illegal as they are. You feel me? But like I said, the sun is going to let a lot of this stuff be known. You know what I'm saying? When that light come through. So, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of darkness that light will be shined upon. Y'all just get prepared for that, and also get yourselves prepared for any and everything, because anything can happen in today's world. Okay? I'm just here to let you know, and don't act like nobody never told you. Regardless of how the message comes, you know what I'm saying, from whatever the messenger looks like, it's not about that. Receive the message. Nevertheless, until next time, peace and love to all the guys and goddesses and the high vibrating species on the planet. Continue to vibe high